Now we're talking about the biggest mother market, which is the Dow and S&P. If these two indices, if they reverse, what impact and implications it will have for equity in general and emerging markets in specific? So Kunal, Dow was not the first port of call as it is. Dow has been the sideshow. It's good to know Dow, it's good to track Dow, but Dow in a sense has not really been the harbinger of what the global action is.
Yeah, for a fair degree, yes, Nikunj. But what's actually happened is that there are two charts for Dow which I have showcased today. One is the short-term correction. This is the chart
explain the chart for us, what it means.
Yeah, so the lower grid of the charts is the Dow prices over the last one year.
The one at the below, the one which has a candlestick in it.
Correct. Okay. And the one which is on the top is the stochastic oscillator. Okay. Now, why I've mapped the oscillator? Because it tends to give you the signs where the Dow is going through a corrective wave or a fresh corrective wave has started off. In the previous three cross downs, which is
ABCD.
That's ABC.
Okay.
We've seen that Dow gets in, or the indicator gets into a corrective phase. Dow from there on for the next 2 to 3 weeks gets into a mild correction. Mild, I call it because it's just about some 3 to 4% corrective wave. We have come back to the point D, for the Dow, which means we are into a very similar zone of a potential correction, 3 to 4% over the next subsequent few 2 to 3 trading weeks.
Okay. So are you making a case that Dow will fall and India will fall, or this could be an independent fall?
Yeah, this could be a corrective wave which is spanning across the globe. So I checked the charts for European indices, I checked the charts for US, Nikkei, global markets, emerging Asian markets. All of them are showing a very similar synchronized kind of a price action. What's leading this corrective wave is this chart, which is the Japanese yen chart, the dollar to yen chart, and we are back again to that 142 mark for the yen, which we got a first scare in the month of August. We are almost very close to highest appreciation for the yen on a YTD basis. So we are very close to that 2024 highs for the Japanese yen. This could be another concern which the markets are suddenly trying to price in, and that's one of the reasons why I would probably believe that we are going to a trend which is very weak, potentially over the next few weeks.
I have a limited point on yen, but just to wrap it up just with my thoughts here is that market never reacts to the same thing twice. So I think the yen carry trade, in a sense, markets know that at 140 what has happened, so markets in a sense are prepared for it. What I'm finding different, not on the Dow part here, is that the historical correlation of weakness in dollar index and strength in commodities is not translating into in reality. Yes. So that's, I think, the big departure, if you frankly ask me, where the puzzle in the world continues. So that is the $1 billion or the $1 trillion or the $1 million question, Anisha and Avan, which is that if historical patterns are anything to go by, I think Kunal feels that Dow is on a verge of correction. But if that happens, are we looking at a crack in commodities further, or the weakness in dollar index which gets triggered because of the correction in Dow could actually be a good buying opportunity? We'll only figure out in the next couple of weeks, but I think interesting correlations are at play right now.